Guess what, y'all?
What?
What?
We are live.
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 My vape on there.
Okay.
Hey, we are the Real Trucker Couple coming to you with another video, and today we have the expedite checks.
Cheers!
And if you've noticed, we have hijacked the Outer Belt Podcast Studio.
Yeah.
We have hijacked it.
Yeah.
So we did not. We had our discussion on the cruise ship, and remember, I was trying to record it, but I messed around and had it doing time lapse. So y'all got the original video. So this is our video with you guys. So we're not gonna go too deep into anything. Just want the opportunity to, let you introduce you guys to our fans and our followers. This is Kelly and this is Delina, and they're both staff at Highfield. Kelly, what do you do?
I am the director of fleet support, or fleet support director. I guess I get called lots of things, but I mainly work with the FedEx side of our fleet. We have another fleet support, which is Kayla, who does our Panther side of the fleet. But I work with the drivers once they are in the trucks, with any issues they have with the carrier, any issues they have with paperwork, any issues they have with loads that when they deal with their mentors, but fleet support. And Delina, thank you.
I am recruiting. I'm your first point of contact when you call into Highfield. I'm one of two. There is myself and then Melissa in recruiting. And so if you call in, you have questions, you're not going to be bounced around to 50 different people. You'll be talking to one of the two of us. And that's about it. I'm giving you all your information on Highfield and getting you started with that process, the application process.
And then I take over.
So
Yeah.
one of the things that I want to ask you and have you answer for individuals, what are the two main questions that you always get asked by someone that calls in? They're searching for answers or whatever the case may be.
Okay. Aside from can I run as a solo, we're just going to go ahead and throw that one out there because I do get that every day. And to briefly answer that, we work with teams only, established teams. We do not pair solo drivers. Another is, do I have to have my hazmat endorsement to get started? Because a lot of people think that they have to, especially if they're straight out of school, got to get their CDL, start on that hazmat right away before they can even start the application process. And that's false. We can go ahead and start that process while you're working on your endorsements, and then if your approval comes prior to that, we'll go ahead and get you into that truck, and once you obtain that, we'll just update the carrier. Not a big deal.
Right.
Another is the biggest question I get is, what does the orientation process look like? Once you go through the application process, or while you're going through that, you have to go through different online modules and tasks. Those have to be completed for approval. We also have programs in place like our mentor program. You're going to meet with ops on your move-in day. Those are all considered orientation, I guess, but you will not come to Columbus to pick up your truck and have to sit through a 2 or 3 week orientation process.
Right.
And you certainly won't be separated from your teammate. So
Perfect.
Good deal.
You got anything to add to that, Kelly?
I know that being separated from your teammate is a big deal. You know what I mean? You think that there's this big training process. I mean, there's really not, because we don't really require any experience in the straight truck division at either carrier. As long as you have a Class B, at least a Class B CDL, you can come on and start this career. And that's where the mentors come in, because they're going to be your guides, so to speak. They're really going to be your best friends on the road. They should be.
We your people.
Your people is exactly who they should be. You should be talking to them multiple times a day. When I say multiple, I mean literally.
Yeah.
Probably 10 or 15.
5, 10, 15, 20.
For the first week at least. You know what I mean? That'll ease up, but that's where you're the most
for
successful.
anything. And
yes.
You know that, and if you decide to come on board and never ever feel like you're bothering us, whether it's us or whoever you get paired with, never ever feel like you're bothering us. We signed up for this. We signed up to teach people who, whether you've driven a truck for 40 years or you're brand spanking new, you have to learn how to expedite, and that's where we come in. We're going to teach you the basics of the game and then let you develop your own game. And I don't care how much experience you have, coming into something that you've never done before, we're playing chess. You're playing checkers. It can't be said any other simpler. And then, like I said, we'll teach you the fundamentals of the game and then let you develop your own game once you learn the fundamentals. And the fundamentals is where you want to be, where you don't want to be, what to ask for, what not to ask for, what to say, what not to say, etc., etc.
Correct.
I love what you said. I've used that phrase a million times with drivers. It's a game of chess.
Right.
You've got to be thinking steps in advance, and that's not something that you get overnight. I mean, Jimmy and I came out of tractor trailer,
Right.
and knew nothing about this. It doesn't matter if you know how to truck drive. You know how to drive. That's
You
great.
drive all day.
That's half the battle, honestly, if you have that experience. If you don't have it, it's fine. But if you do, this is a completely different animal. It was a completely different mindset. You forget everything you knew in that realm, and you learn completely how to expedite. You're 100% right, but it is definitely a chess game.
And I think that's where people go wrong. They try to bring what they just got finished doing into what they about to start doing, and it don't work because it's two different branches on the tree.
Absolutely.
So you're not gonna drive and box and say, "Ooh, I can drive this skateboard." You're not gonna do that because you can't. I can haul cows. You don't know how to haul cows. You know how to load the trailer? No, somebody gotta teach you. So, you know, this is the same thing.
It is the same thing, and I love what Steve said too about they signed up for this, and that's what we want to do, because we do hear that all the time, or I in fleet support hear all the time when I'll say, "Well, have you been calling your mentors?" "Well, I just didn't want to bother them. It was late," and I'm like, No.
Yeah,
That
right.
is not. They're mad that you didn't,
Right, exactly.
because
If
again,
you-
they can't help you if after the fact.
Right. If you already done something, it's nothing we can do at this point, but say nothing we can do.
Okay.
Okay,
So-
let's try it on the next one,
Right.
okay?
Hit me up first next time.
Right.
So you know, we have those situations happen, and I know that some people, because we used to at one point felt like we were bothering Vince and Mel, and Vince told me, look, if I didn't want to take on the responsibility of teaching you guys this, I wouldn't be a mentor. And that is how we feel. He said, I don't care what time in the morning it is, call me. Don't get me, call Mel, and we'll sort whatever's going on out. And that is the mentality that I have put forth with everybody that we mentor. Some people aren't going to click with us. It's going to happen.
Sure.
But I think my direct style of mentoring is one of the reasons why at 3 to 4 months most of our people, they no longer need us. Even though the mentor program is 6 months, and there are people who take the full 6 months.
Sure.
The way that we operate, 3 to 4 months, most people don't need us anymore. They're pretty much self-sufficient, and they'll call us when they get a conundrum load. Well, I don't know what to do with this, Steve. Well, this is what we would do. This is what we wouldn't do, and why, or whatever the case may be. So.
That's the beauty of the mentor program in and of itself. Again, you got to remember, these mentors are never going to tell you what to do. They're going to tell you what they would do.
And why.
And that is the genuine beauty of it.
Right.
Because you've been doing it.
Right.
So, again, don't be mistaken in thinking that they're bossing you around or telling you what you're doing. That's not what they're doing at all. Here's what we would do, and this is why we would do it, because of our experience.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. And someday you'll pass that on to someone else, hopefully.
They really want to help you maximize on that earning potential, and it's up to you on if you take their advice
Right.
or not.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it is your business. You are independent contractors. You're not employees. You're not obligated to listen to us. But for the sake of saying, you should.
Yeah.
For one, I'm not going to go into another industry and not listen to somebody that's been doing it for almost 20 years. And that's where we are. Next year will be 20 years in expedite.
Wow.
All expedite. That's all we've ever done. We tried to
Yeah.
drive tractor trailers. It didn't last
It
a
didn't
month.
last long.
I hear you. I only made it out there 2 years in the tractor trailer.
But
Too much work.
Yeah. Too many miles.
I know that y'all got to get ready to pack
Yeah.
and get out of here. It was an absolute pleasure seeing y'all.
Sure.
I hope we can do this again on a cruise ship, but Patrick
will.
is.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Well,
You'll get a load down to Georgia. Come hang out with the
Please.
chicks for a week.
Absolutely.
Sounds
But thank
like a
you guys
plan.
so much for everything you're doing, for having us. We love you guys.
We love
Mwah.
you too.
thank y'all, and y'all are the absolute best, and we will see y'all around.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
All right, guys, cheeks out.